For more than 6 decades, researchers have delved deep into the elements that make us say yes when someone asks us. It's indisputable there is a science behind persuasion, and much of it is truly surprising. There are 6 of these universal shortcuts that shape human behavior. They are principles that guide our actions. Reciprocity. This boils down to giving something back. When someone does something nice for you, you naturally feel obliged to do something in return. Imagine a friend inviting you to a party. You feel obliged to invite them to a party you organize. Scarcity. We want what is hard to get. Even small changes in availability can spark our interest. Think of British Airways ceasing to operate the Concorde London-New York flight in 2003. Suddenly, this made it more attractive because it became scarce. Authority. We tend to follow those we consider trustworthy and experienced. Doctors who display their diplomas in their offices or people wearing uniforms when ordering are examples of this. Consistency. We like to stick to our previous commitments. Once we have said or done something, we try to align our future actions with it. This can be activated by seeking small initial commitments. Sympathy. We tend to say yes to people we like. Building a relationship based on similarities, sincere compliments, and cooperative attitudes can be incredibly persuasive. Consensus. When we are uncertain, we often look to others for guidance. This can be harnessed by showing what other people in similar situations have done. Understanding these shortcuts and applying them ethically can significantly increase your chances of persuading others. Now, let's explore each of them in more detail. Reciprocity. People feel an obligation to reciprocate kindnesses. A simple example is when the waiter or waitress hands you a candy along with the bill. This can increase the tip by up to 23%, not because of what is given, but because of the way it is offered. To use reciprocity effectively, be the first to give something and make it personal and unexpected. Scarcity. We desire what is rare. When something becomes scarce, it becomes more desirable. Don't just describe the benefits of your product, highlight what makes it unique and what could be lost if it isn't considered. Authority. People trust experts. You can establish yourself as an authority in your field by highlighting your expertise and credentials. Sometimes, having someone to recommend you can be even more persuasive. Consistency. We prefer to align ourselves with our past actions. Look for opportunities to get voluntary, active, and public initial commitments, and ideally put these commitments in writing. Likability. We are more likely to say yes to people we like. Find common ground, give genuine compliments, and promote cooperation before getting down to business. In negotiations, highlighting shared similarities can lead to more favorable outcomes. Consensus. When we are uncertain, we tend to follow the example of others. You may have noticed that hotels often place a card in the bathrooms encouraging guests to reuse their towels. This is effective, leading to around 35% compliance. But is there an even more effective way? Well, around 75% of people who stay in a hotel for 4 nights or more already reuse their towels during their stay. What if we just included this information on the cards and said that 75% of previous guests had reused their towels at some point during their stay? The result is a 26% increase in reuse. Now, imagine the next time you stay in a hotel and you see one of these cards. You pick it up and read the following message: 75% of the people who have stayed in this room have reused their towels. What would you think? Well, probably something like, I hope they're not the same towels. And, like most people, you'd probably think that this card won't influence your behavior at all. However, just a few words changed on a card, honestly pointing out what previous guests have done, was the most effective message, leading to a 33% increase in reuse. Science tells us that instead of relying on our ability to persuade others, we can point to what many others are already doing, especially those who are similar to us. These are the secrets of the science of persuasion.